You're listening to the Staging Sips podcast with Lori Fisher. This podcast is dedicated to helping real estate staging CEOs build healthy businesses that grow, flow, and thrive. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so happy to be with you today. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We are actually letting you audit a course inside of the Staging Business School. Now, this is part one of developing empowering beliefs, and it's in our growth curriculum. So it's perfect for growth. However, if you are an accelerating or even a leveraged business owner, this is still a really valuable episode for you, a really valuable course for you to listen in on, because at every level, we are challenged to develop and practice and learn more empowering beliefs. So, one of my business coaches has always said, new level, new devil, and it couldn't be more true. So listen in regardless. Before we do, we've got a little bit of housekeeping, and one of them is I want to share a really lovely review that someone left for us on the podcast, which is from parent of 10 and 13. Yikes. This podcast has been so incredibly helpful to me as a new stager. I cannot thank Lori enough for putting all of this information out there for free. So generous, with a kissy emoji face. I love it, by the way. Thank you. I find myself listening to episodes more than once so I can make sure to soak it all in. Getting notification for a new episode is always exciting. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. I understand that feeling of excitement when you love a podcast and you are so excited that there's something new. So I'm really, really happy to hear that. So for you who are listening, if you would also love to share a testimonial and drop your social media link for us to all share, that would be amazing. The way that the podcast gets shared to more business owners is through reviews or ratings. So if you get a minute, please give us a rating, give us a review to let us know how we're doing and to help other staging business owners find us. So that's my first order of kind of housekeeping. The second is I want to remind you all that at the time of this recording, the growth program, we're developing our wait list for that program. The doors will be opening to that in late spring of 2024. So if you're listening beyond 2024, the doors are open to growth. Now, you can get on the wait list by going to the link in the show notes. It's rethinkhominteriors.com/growth. But as always, our Accelerate program is on rolling admissions. So it is open right now for the accelerating or the business owner who is in the accelerate phase, where you've got team and you're hiring or you're thinking about bringing on team and you need things in place for systems and operations and processes and all of that. So that's also in the show notes, the link to Accelerate. It's rethinkhominteriors.com/accelerate. And then the last thing is we have rolled out for this quarter a digital swag bag with all kinds of amazing resources in it. We've got calculators and planners and worksheets in there to make your business easier, better, more systematized. So if you want that swag bag, just DM me over on Instagram, swag, or you can go to the link in the show notes to get access to this quarter's digital swag bag. Okay, all of that said, let's dive in so you can audit the course on developing empowering beliefs. Enjoy. Okay, phase one is all about refreshing your focus. And refreshing your focus is all about creating beliefs and habits and all the good things that help you move your business forward. And because at the peak of that results triad is beliefs, I want to start here. And I want to start with developing empowering beliefs. And I'm going to spread that across 2 modules because there's so much I want to share with you that is going to be so useful when you are moving forward in your business. These are some of the most powerful tools you will have, understanding how your brain creates empowering beliefs and understanding how to become aware when you are not creating empowering beliefs and what both of those can do to your business. So let's dive in to empowering beliefs. So by the end of this session, you'll understand how your brain learns best. You'll also learn what it does to keep you from learning. You'll learn 9 income producing beliefs that you can start to integrate right now so that you can start practicing those thoughts, because all of the beliefs that we are going to work on as you go through Rethink You are beliefs that you've really got to practice and spend some time on. You'll understand how not choosing empowering beliefs shows up in your business. And ooh, is it a doozy? You're going to want to stay tuned for that, because it is amazing what your brain can do to derail you getting the result that you actually state that you want for your life and business. So let's just put it out there. Your brain hates change. Your brain literally hates change and responds in kind. Your brain is designed to protect you and to conserve energy. And here's the thing. So when it's protecting you and it's conserving energy, it doesn't want to do the work of putting out an email, going to a networking group, trying something new, right? Trying a new strategy or thought or idea. Your brain wants to protect you from it once it sees you going out there and the possibility of failure as a threat. And as we talked about in your orientation, being willing to try and fail is an emotional skill set that you're going to need, because your brain is going to try to thwart you every step of the way. So your brain's going to conserve energy, which actually is super helpful when we get to systems, because your brain is going to love systems because it helps it conserve energy. But in your learning phase, it's going to help you conserve energy because it really doesn't want to tax itself, because you need the rest of your body. So it doesn't want blood flow to be going to your brain, wants it to be going to your rest of your body to carry out your life's functions. Now, in the face of new information or information that it feels as a threat or too difficult or is going to take too much energy, it's going to literally physically stop information from getting through to your prefrontal cortex. So your amygdala, which is your emotion center, is so powerful that it actually stops the neural connections. And it's been shown on MRIs that it will physically stop your brain from getting the signals it needs to take in new information. And even worse, it prevents your brain from actually absorbing it and integrating it and processing it. So as you go through Rethink You, you've got to be aware of this, because your brain is going to put up some roadblocks for you to new information, trying new things, implementing new things, making some changes that you may know you need to do in your business, but your brain is going to stop you from doing it. And it's all because that's how it's made. That's how we're made. So it's totally normal. And I want you to have this awareness so that when it shows up for you, you can be prepared for it. But here's the deal. Our feelings can actually help with our learning. Your feelings are very powerful in the learning process and your growth process. So let's talk about the power of positivity. When you are able to train yourself to stay in as positive a mood and mindset, crazy, amazing things happen. First off, learning physically changes the brain. So because learning physically changes the brain, that's one of the reasons why your brain kind of rebels and wants to protect you, conserve energy, not allow new information through. It is physically changing, which is really wild and cool. It's not unlike building any other muscle that you're building. And the power of positivity is going to help you build your brain muscle. Learning is enhanced with positive thinking and positive feeling. And this has, again, been demonstrated on diagnostic imaging of the brain. When someone is thinking positive thoughts and thinking positively, their learning is enhanced. Positive feelings increase the growth and connection of the synapses in the brain. Whoa, this is so wild. So you actually can learn more because you are physically growing more connections throughout your brain. Amazing. Positive feelings increase your ability to focus longer and process information. So just like your brain is wired to like shut down and get really negative, Nelly, if you can work around it with the power of positivity through a mindfulness practice, a gratitude practice, a compassion practice, you will learn and process so much more effectively. So I want you to start thinking about that, how you are operating and how you're thinking about your business, how you're thinking about sales and marketing, and how you're thinking about clients and how you're thinking about team. The power of positivity is going to help you learn what you need to learn to advance your business skill set and learn what you need to learn and rethink you. Okay. So you get to decide. You get to decide which feelings you create and what beliefs you create and whether you stay positive or whether you go negative. But you get to decide that you've got belief in your actions, belief in yourself as a business owner, belief in your services, belief in your pricing, right? And we're going to talk about hell yes pricing in one of our modules. Belief in your prospective clients that they are coming, that they have the money, that they're willing to pay, that they see the value, that they have the investment, all of those things. You get to have belief in your marketing that even if you aren't seeing the direct results, you know that your marketing is working. And every time you practice marketing, you get better at marketing, which makes you better at having sales calls because you have more of them. It helps you get better at running your business because you're growing. You get to decide. And remember, again, knowledge plus beliefs plus action equal your results. And beliefs are that bridge between what you're about to learn and rethink you, the actions you will take, and the results you will get. And there are thoughts that serve you, and there are thoughts that don't. Awareness is really the first step, right? So awareness of anything is the first step. So you're going to spend some time noticing your brain. You're not going to get good at this right away, but the first step is really becoming clued into how your brain likes to derail you and keep you from taking the action steps that you need to have to serve your business the best. So let's talk about some income producing thoughts that you can have right now so that you can get started creating these empowering beliefs. Okay, here we go. My staging service is valuable right away. And we know that, period. Boom, done. The statistics show it. You just need to convince your brain that your staging service is super, super valuable. People want the results of my staging, and they do. And there's proof of it everywhere. People are waiting for me right now to show up and let them know that I can help them. That's huge. So many of us hide because we don't believe this. We don't believe there are people waiting for us right now and looking for us and have no idea where to find us. Staying in touch helps those people find me, right? Having a keep in touch campaign, which we'll talk about in future modules, helps you stay in front of those people and stay in front of people in general so they know how to find you, they know how to connect with you, they know how to work with you. Selling my services feels amazing. Having a sales conversation, a get acquainted call with clients feels really, really good because you know you're about to give them an incredible transformation and literally move them forward, literally, figuratively moving them forward in their lives. Selling my services is easy, right? It's just a natural extension. I'm a cheerleader of my services, and I can sell my services easily. People are willing to pay me well to stage. So many of us undercharge, don't charge what our businesses really require us to charge because we're not sure that people are willing to pay us well to stage. Well, they are. There are people out there willing to pay you well to stage. There are people who are way better at blank, whatever it is, fill in the blank than me. When it comes time to start hiring people. There are going to be people that are way better at staging than you. So you may not even be the most senior stager in your business. There are going to be people who are way better at doing the sales, the marketing, the onboarding, the managing, the administrative, the bookkeeping, all of the things that you hold on to probably far too long. There are people out there who are way better at it than you. And hiring people helps me serve more clients, have more time, and make more money because you are freeing up your time to do your most valuable work. You can serve more clients if you have a team, and you can make more money because if you are sitting doing the tasks of an administrative assistant, you're not out doing the things that can really generate money. You're an expensive employee in the business as the CEO of the business. So don't get yourself stuck in a role of being administrative assistant or doing low-level tasks because it's costing your company a lot of money. Okay. So what happens when you don't start incorporating those income producing thoughts, right? What happens to your business? Well, your actions align to it. That's the first thing that you need to know. When you don't have income producing beliefs or positive beliefs about your business and about your abilities and about your team and clients, etc., you don't network. You talk yourself right out of it. Your brain goes on to default mode and it conserves your energy and it keeps you safe because networking and getting out there takes energy and it takes being exposed to unknown situations, right? So you don't network. You don't stay in touch with people because you think you feel salesy or you're a bother, right? You believe yourself when you say you don't feel like it. So that's just your brain on default mode, right? So we need to choose ahead of time the beliefs you're going to have about going to that networking meeting, creating the email, writing the social media post. Okay. So don't believe your brain when it says you don't feel like it. I mean, you can believe it, you can indulge in it for a minute, but then you can do what you committed to doing in that moment in time in your business. You talk yourself out of doing money generating activities, which are typically the activities of meeting people, telling them that you're a stager and letting them know how you can help. And that's whether you're doing that in person or you're doing that online. So you can decide to go, do all kinds of other things. You can talk yourself right out of it. You worry about not getting clients or losing clients. Okay. So this is like when it comes to maybe raising your prices, right? So if you don't have an income producing belief that there are people willing to pay for that service, you may not raise your rates because you're worried about this right here. That's your brain on default mode. You don't stand firm on your price. You might offer discounts in the moment, right? Like you might feel like, oh gosh, I don't think they'll buy if I give them my actual price. So let me give them a lower price. You will feel unmotivated, confused. You'll spin in doubt, all of that when you are not in income producing beliefs and empowering and beliefs. You don't hire and delegate, right? You don't hire and delegate to people who can do things better than you, who can help you grow your business even further and greater. It's amazing when you develop a team that is like kick butt amazing, like the team that I am so fortunate to have. You can do so many things when you have great people in place. Business limiting thoughts can hit you at any time. Doesn't just happen in the beginning of your business. Even those of us who have been in business for a long time can be hit with these thoughts that are not empowering. They only want me. This is the scenario to keep you from hiring other stagers to take over your role. I can tell you, I thought the same thing, and it's not true. They don't only want me. They want the standard that my company provides. And that is a teachable, trainable thing that we're going to teach you about in our other modules. I need to keep creative control. Well, if you are running a vacant staging business and you have accumulated the inventory, you've bought the inventory, that is a lot of your creative control. But you can also create standards for your look, your aesthetic, how you style every space within a house that you style. That is the way you get to keep creative control. I don't want to slow down to train people. This one was one for me. When I first started hiring people, I could not believe how much it slowed me down. However, the people that I hired 7 years ago in my business are still with me today. And now they are taking on the role of training new people, creating our system so that we are able to serve more all the time. It's amazing. So slowing down to hire those people and train those people has paid me and my life and my business dividends back like 1,000 million times over, a gajillion times over. If I don't take this project, I won't cover expenses or they'll find someone else. Well, that might be true, but in most cases, It isn't. What I've learned over time in our business is that if I let somebody know that I can't have it, it's not the end of the world. Somehow that money flows in from somewhere else. That realtor may reach out to somebody else and have an okay experience. That's fine, but they like working with us and we're their comfort, and they usually come back. So this is another income producing or income sucking thought that we don't want to introduce into your business. Or when you notice it, just notice it, acknowledge it, thank it, and then work to create your empowering belief. So now is thought download time. I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to write down all of the ways that you can create empowering beliefs. And this I would write down the center of the page. On one side, it's your unintentional or unempowered thoughts. And on the right-hand side, what are all the empowered thoughts that you can counter to have against those unintentional, unempowering, or disempowering? That's the word, disempowering thoughts. I knew it didn't sound right. So go ahead and do a big thought download. Get them all out on paper. Get your brain out on paper so that you can see it and begin to work through it. And I'll see you in the next training sesh. Thank you so much for listening to the Staging Sips podcast. If you love what you've learned here today, please take a minute to rate and review it so more staging business owners can find us. And if you want to learn more about how to market and grow your staging business more strategically, I'd love to see you join us inside of the Rethink You Accelerate Mentorship Program. It is open enrollment, and you can get more details at rethinkhomeinteriors.com/rethinkyou. Would love to see you inside.